Welcome back to the garage. It is, what day is it? Monday? Who knows? I think it's Monday, the 29th of October. And you join us, or you join me, having a look at the swing arm. If you remember, we took the swing arm off in the last video. I've just been cleaning that so I can have a better look at it. We'll have a little look at it just now and bring it out into the light. Yeah, I've taken the metal sleeves out, but the bushes here actually do look okay. The swing arm itself does have some bubbling paint, so I think I might try and clean that up, maybe repaint some of this or maybe all of this, we'll see. Rest of it, we've got a few other bits that I've been cleaning, and I've just been having a look at the rear suspension. So there's one here. There's one over on the bench. Let's go and have a look at it. I've just been disassembling this. I've just momentarily pieced it back together so you can see how I did that, and then I'll show you what I found. So what I've done is I've popped this in the vise, and I've got two mole grips, and I am gripping some of the coils of the spring there. You have to put a fair bit of pressure on. You need to keep your face out of the way or your fingers out of the way, because there's a possibility that this will spring off. So be careful in doing this. The suspension is also on its lowest setting, so its weakest setting, which means there's less for me to compress up here. So with the suspension on the lowest setting and the mole grips gripping the springs, that gives us just enough movement at the top to pull this down slightly. And then what I did is got a 14mm spanner, and there is a nut in there at the top, and the 14mm goes in and holds that nut there. And with that in place, we can use a screwdriver, use quite a large screwdriver, through the eyelet here to unscrew the eyelet. And then once that top eyelet comes off, the whole thing can be disassembled. I did have to use a little bit of heat up on this nut here. It was a little bit sticky. I've just used a little bit of heat on that to free it off. But being careful, it has all come apart and we can see what's inside. So what did we find? This is just placed on top for now, so I can now remove that thusly and pop that down the side there, which means that the spring now comes off and can just live there for now. And what we found is this damper rod, when you push it down, there's not much resistance, and then when you release it, normally with these dampers, I think the idea is that it returns, it comes back like this, it pushes itself back upwards. This is not doing that, so I do believe that this damper is shot. There's no way of repairing it, you can't replace any of this, you just have to buy some more. So this one is knackered, I believe. I suspect the other one is probably the same, but you always replace these things in pairs anyway. So yeah, looks like I'm going to have to do a little bit more ordering, a little bit more spending, which is a shame because we're trying to keep the budget low, as you remember. But we'll see how much they cost. Here's the other one then, disassembled. Just like the first one, it's knackered. It offers no resistance in that direction, and it doesn't return as it should do. So definitely both knackered, definitely need replacement. Tools for the job. 14mm spanner, fits on that lock nut. You might have seen me use that. I did also use this, which is a bicycle tool that has a 14mm on this end. So that was able to slide between the coils of the spring and hold that while I undid the eyelet. So that was quite handy. If I can find a link to one of those, I'll put it in the description. In other news, I have not yet cleaned this horrible mess down here. Having cleaned the other bits there, I couldn't really face it because it's really sticky, greasy, horrible mess. But that is the last thing on there to clean all that crap in there. The new sprockets have arrived, the chain has arrived. So once I've got the swing arm back together, I can put the sprocket and chain back on, the rear wheel back on, and I need to get those new suspension units or work out a plan for that.